The Painting with Magic Show with Brandon Thomas is brought to you by BrandonThomasArtSupply.com, home of the Brandon Thomas product line, and by the Brandon Thomas Instructor Team. Go to BrandonThomasArt.com to find an instructor near you.
Hey, it's me, it's Brandon T here with the Painting with Magic Show, and today I just want to do a fun little seascape painting. We haven't done a seascape painting in a while, and I just want to do a little seascape. So what I have here is my 16 by 20 canvas. This is a pre-stretched canvas from Frederick. This is the red label. And what I've done to this canvas here is about 9 inches down from the top, you're going to put Amazing White. And then the rest at the bottom is this Amazing Clear. So I want this to be nice and clear here and use Amazing White for the sky. The paint that I have will be going across the screen for you, and that's my Grumbacher pre-tested oil colors. I get a lot of questions about what I'm using, so I thought I would just tell you right at the beginning of it. So, you ready to get monkey-faced? Alrighty, so I'm going to take some Thalo Blue, and I just want just a tiny little bit of Thalo Blue on the brush. Okay, just a little bit. Let's go back up to the canvas now. We're going to start with one corner and work that all the way across the canvas. Okay, all the way across with just Thalo Blue. Thalo Blue. And we're going to work that really all the way down to our Amazing White, where our Amazing White ends at. Just using X strokes. And you want to use about a medium pressure when doing this. And as I get closer to the bottom, I light up on my pressure. So I start with more pressure on top. As I work down, I let the pressure go in the brush to where I'm just barely really touching it at the bottom. That just helps it blend and makes it lighter at the bottom. Okay, there we go. Good. And there's our little sky. Alright, now that we have our basic blue sky in there, I want to start mixing up a color for the water, and we'll use this throughout the whole entire process of the water scene. And all it is going to be 50% Thalo Blue and 50% Thalo Green. So let me get my palette knife here, and I'm going to grab some Thalo Blue. Some Thalo Blue, and I'm going to put it right down here, and I'm going to grab over here, and I'm going to grab some Thalo Green. So about 50-50 on the mixture, and then I'll mix that up. I'm going to take a look at it and see where I like it at. I start with 50-50, and then I'm going to check and see what kind of color I have by just grabbing a little bit of titanium white, and I can check my color out here and see what I got. Okay, it's a pretty good color. You can see it's a nice blue-green color. Okay, let's go up here now. Let's take a, before we do that, let's take a 2-inch brush and we'll load this up. Okay, I got a clean, dry 2-inch brush, and I'm just going to load it into this Thalo Blue and Thalo Green mixture. Okay, get a nice good load on the brush. Alright, let's go up to the canvas now. Okay, so what we're going to do is, when we got the brush loaded, I want to start right through here. But what I'm going to do is start below where I want the horizon line to be. Okay, so I'm going to start a little bit below that, and then start working again. So I'm going to go, I don't know, maybe less than an inch, maybe an inch or so. I'm going to go straight across with it. Okay, straight across this way. I'm going to bring that brush straight back across this way. So I want to keep it straight as I can. Okay, reload that brush up and go back over here. Get that straight as I can get it. And then work it down. Work it down. And I'm going to work it down till I'm about that far from the bottom. Okay. It's about that far, about 2 inches or so from the bottom of the canvas. So I'm just going to work this paint in. Okay, just like that. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a 1-inch brush. Okay, and I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to try to blend that just a little bit more. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm going to wash that brush real quick. Okay, now that I got the brush washed and dried, I'm going to go just a little bit above that, and I'm going to soften that into the amazing white. Into the amazing white. And what that will do is it'll give me a little hazy look. Beat that brush out real quick. Right back in there again. Okay. There we go. I like that pretty good. And when I got the old brushes going here, I'm just going to take some burnt sienna and a little touch of burnt umber on the brush and just put that sand color in. Beautiful. Burnt sienna is so beautiful. I love burnt sienna. It's so nice of a color. You can use that for sand. You can use it for rust. It's just a rust color. Beautiful color. Now, I have no amazing white down here on the canvas. This is amazing clear. But as the brush loses the paint, it gets lighter, as you can see. I may take a little more burnt umber to that. A little burnt umber on this side. Okay, there we go. So basically, have that in. Okay, and wash your brush. Okay, now that I've washed and dried my brush again, I want to start working on some clouds. You don't have to put a lot of clouds in your sky. I'm just going to start working on some clouds now. So I'm going to take my 2-inch brush. It's nice and dry. And I'm going to load into titanium white, pulling it straight through the white. Okay, so nice little bit like that. And that's how I'm going to load my brush up, okay, for these clouds. Okay, let's go up here now. Okay, so now we got our brush loaded. Start making some decisions as where we're going to be throwing these clouds in there. And so I'm going to start right here. I want some big old fluffy ones in here today. Okay, and just decide where your little clouds are going to live. Okay, pop off that brush, and I'm just going to reload that brush real quick. Okay. Beautiful clouds. A seascape can really shine if you have a nice little sky up there. You don't have to do something fancy all the time. You can do something nice and soft. I'll take my little hake brush here. I'm just going to use one corner of that brush and just soften those clouds real easily. And just go right over top of those. That easy. See, it's that simple and that easy to make some clouds. So I'm going to reload that brush again. Reload it. Just want some clouds in here. Just some basic clouds. Clearly right off the old canvas again. That's good. Back to that old hake brush again. And then I'll just blend out that cloud. There, that easy. Super simple, super easy. I'm just going to wipe off that brush before I reload again. Okay, and I'm going to point right down here. I just want a nice summer sky. Nothing's, storming, there's no storms are coming in. It's just a nice, relaxing summer day at the beach. Nice, relaxing summer day at the beach. There we go. See that? Nice, beautiful clouds. Clouds can be simple, but effective in your paintings. I strongly recommend to just paint some simple stuff. If you're just now starting out, this is the best way to do your clouds. It's the best way to go. Nice little clouds. Lives right here. Nice, simple, little layers of clouds. Real simple. Easy to do. Okay. There we go. Then I'll take that old hake brush one more time again and just soften them down. Real easily. Real soft. There we go. I think with that we got a nice little sky. Nice little beautiful blue sky. Okay. Okay, so now we have our beautiful little basic sky in here. Very effective way to do it. We're going to start working on this water down here. That's what I want to start working on is the water. So I'm going to take a number 6 fan brush and I'm going to grab just some amazing white. Put that on the palette. Nice little bit of amazing white. Then I'm going to grab some titanium white with that. Okay, back and forth. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of give it just a push, a little bit of a kind of a, like I'm cutting across the paint, just to get a little ridge of paint right on the edge of my brush. Okay, and let's go back up here to the canvas. Okay, so now you have to decide as to how your water is going to move. Okay, and we're going to use some rocking back and forth strokes, but not very, very small little rocking motions. Okay, just a slight little rock to the brush. Okay, so I'm going to go right through here. Okay, and make sure you leave some light spots in there as well. I'm using about a medium pressure, not much pressure at all on this, because I don't want it to just turn one color. I want some of this white to actually work on here and actually do its job. Mop off the brush on a paper towel, and I'll just reload that brush. And I'll start back here again. Wipe off the brush each time you go to load it. Okay? Each time you go to load that brush. And I think I'm going to have a little start of a wave right through here. Boom. Alright, there's that one. And then we'll have our big crashing wave right there here. It's really simple to do. Once you draw it out, then you can do it. Okay? And then I'm just going to blend this backwards. Using the same technique as we did back there, but just using it right through here. Same way back here on that one. And that's simple, that easy. You have yourself a nice little wave shape going on. And I'm not going to waste any of that color. I'm just going to work it right into the wavy area here. Okay. And then I'll just kind of have an idea of where my splashes are going to go whenever we start working this into it. Back here, just a few more little areas back here I think I want to work on. Okay, and then I'm going to set that brush down. I'm going to grab that hake brush we were using earlier and just soften it down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I tell you what, I start working back here and making a little island back here somewhere. Okay, so now that we have the main layout of our painting here, you can see how it's coming together. This is just a basic rough outline, but before we continue working on the water, I'll wipe off my palette knife here on a paper towel. And I'm going to mix up a bit of color just for a little background noise, for a little background scene. So I'm going to take burnt umber and burnt sienna together. Just 50-50 on those mixtures there. Maybe a little more burnt umber. And I'm going to grab a touch of phthalo blue with that. Just a touch to grade up some. These are basically dark oranges. That's pretty much what brown is dark orange. And blue is going to gray that because it's a complementary color of blue orange is. Okay, so I think that's a good color, but to check it, I'll just take a little bit of white. And that looks like a good color to me. I might even just add a little bit of phthalo green to that, just to give a little green tint to it. Okay, alrighty. Tell you what, let me put this knife down. Okay, I grabbed the 1-inch brush here, and I'm just going to load it into this color. And just tap it back both sides with it and just tap it in. Okay, let's go back up here now to the canvas. And so I'm going to probably work it over here on this side. So I'm just going to take the brush and give it a pull down. Straight down. And work it down just like so. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about the bottom, because I'm going to take another clean 1-inch, dry 1-inch brush real quick. Let me grab it. And just blend it into the water. Okay. And then give it just a little bit of a pull up here. Now you can always add some textures and stuff back here to the back of this. And I may do that real quick. I just add a little bit of white to my brush. Not sure if you can even see that or not. Just to add a little texture, but you can spend more time doing that. And then to clean the bottom of that up, grab a 1-inch brush. 1-inch brush with that old color we used for the water. There we go. Good, so that's nice and clean now. There we go. Just something back here just to give it just a little bit of a background. Okay, I just washed my fan brush, so I'm going to start working on this water some more. The back of the water is good right now, but I want to start working on these front waves. So I'm going to take my fan brush and go into titanium white. I'm going to add some more amazing white to my palette. Okay. This way that it'll be fine. And we just loaded the same way, same mixture. And so I'm going to come back here now. I'm thinking I'm going to move this up some. Move this up some. So I'm going to start right here. Going up. Let me reload this real quick. I just want a straight, nice straight edge here. Going just like that, right through there. Okay. And I'm going to take another clean, dry fan brush. This is just a number 3, but you can use whatever you have. Just to clean it up some. Just soften it just a tiny bit. Just like that. And I'm going to remove, I'm not going to remove, I'm just going to readjust this one now. I'm going to go a little higher up. Just like that. Nothing's set in stone. You can do however you wish to do. Now I know what you're thinking. It's going to be hard to get some nice darks back in here again. No, it's not. It's going to be easy to do. Okay? It's going to be easy to do. And we're quick. I'm just going to go back here again. Just adding some more. More of those little lights back here. Just some more movement back here. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. What I'm going to do is, real quickly, I'm going to take a paper towel. I'm going to show you how to fix these issues you may be having. If you decide to change it, just take your finger, roll it up into a piece of paper towel, and do this right here. No big deal. Okay? And then I'm going to take that same old fan brush we had, and just add a little bit of that color from the watercolor, that Thalo Blue and Thalo Green mixture. I'm just going to add in some more darks. Okay, you see how it's starting to take shape again? Starting to take some form again here. Same way back here in the background. Okay, so just decide where it's actually going to be at. And you see how we just shaped that we just shaped it just fine. We just shaped it all back together. Seascapes are all about shapes. It's all about the movement of your brush. And so it's going to be very, very important to practice this stuff. So I'm going to take this little hake brush here and just soften this water. My main focus of the show is this big main wave anyway. So, and then while I got that fan brush, take the fan brush here, and I'm just going to add in the crashingness of the wave with this dark watercolor. Okay, simple and easy to do. Okay. There we go. See a beautiful main wave. I'm going to take that same color and just put it right through here. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a liner brush, Let me find my script liner brush here. And we're going to load it into some of this amazing white and clear. Okay, so I'm just going to thin it down with some paint thinner. Okay, a little bit of that paint thinner. Thin it down nicely with a little point. Okay, nice little point on the brush. And we'll go back here now. Okay, and we're going to take this liner brush here and just reform that edge of this wave. Okay, just reform that wave edge. Now back here, I'm just going to add some of this. Just kind of going back and forth with the brush. Just like that. I'm going to show you a cool little trick here right now. Take the brush, just reload it, and then just put some few little dots back here. And those few little dots are going to give you that illusion that there's light out here. And it's going to make it look more wet. And it's going to follow your shapes and your designs of all this, okay? Nicely done, okay? Just like that. Less is more, always remember that. And then just put some on the lip of this little bitty wave here. Just like that. Okay, and it makes it look nice and wet. Like it's gonna, like you're right there in it. That's what you want to do. Okay, that's what you want. Okay, and what I'm going to do real quickly is I'm just taking a number 6 filbert brush. And I'm just going to load it into that white and medium we used earlier. Same way we did with the fan brush. Okay, so I just loaded it up real quickly. And right through here, I'm going to start creating patterns of foam. Some foam patterns. But before I do that, let me just real quickly grab myself another fan brush. Doesn't matter what size it is. Number 6 would be a little easier. But I'm just going to do this right here. I'm going to wash that brush real quick. I'm going to take this filbert brush here and load it back and forth just like this. Okay, and that's what how we're going to load the brush for when we do our foam. But before I start doing the foam, I'm going to grab a little touch of cadmium yellow. Really load that brush up nicely and good with both the white and the... Let's go up here now. And then right through here, I'm going to add some of that yellow and white mixture. Wipe off the brush and then reload your brush back up again. Okay, and just adding it in. Okay, just a nice little line, just like that. That's good enough. Okay, so we're going to reload the brush and we're going to put it in the eye of the big wave. One side's dirty now, the other side we're going to just put it in. Just like that. Wipe off that brush again on a paper towel. Reload. And reload both sides. I'm just going to go down a little bit more. And I'm going to go over a little bit more. And down a little bit more. Just like that. I'm not sure how well it's coming up for you to see. Okay, so once we got that there in, I'm going to take a clean, dry hake brush, I think. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, we're going to take a clean, dry one. And I'm going to do this one first. And so right in the middle, using one corner, soften it down. Real soft. And then start working with that design of the water, how we want the water to flow. How we want that water to flow. Okay, and you're going to get a little hair, because it's, for one, it's a brand new brush, but number 2, it's a little goat hair. So it's going to be real soft, and that hair, this is real thick paint, so it's going to pull it off. Now I'm going to go back here to this one, and do it the same way. I'm going to switch to this side of the brush. It's a little cleaner. Okay, you see that? How it just gave us just a little lip of a color. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have our eye of the wave in. I'm going to start working on making that foam. Okay, so now we have our eye of the wave in here, and we have our back wave looking really good. It's time to take that filbert brush and load it into what we're going to use for our foam, which was that white and the amazing white. I showed you how to load that while ago. Okay, so you want to load it up real good. And it just looks like this right here. Okay, so let's go back here and start working on our foam design. This wave is going this way, so our foam is going up and over. So that's where our waves are moving. It's going down and over. So our foam needs to do the same way. I start at the bottom usually, and I start working it up. Getting some basic designs and shapes in here of foam. And these little foam patterns here is going to help you in a minute whenever we go back to refine those shapes. Foam used to give me the most trouble whenever I was creating a seascape. It was the part I loved to do, but I hated to do because I would build up my seascape. It would look so nice in there. And then the foam would just kill it. It would just make it look terrible. But I figured out how to do it. I think it's a little nice technique to do. So I got that back stuff in. Now let's work on the front one here. Okay. Same technique. I start at the bottom and I start working it up. And this is kind of like background foam. Kind of like the shadow of the foam. Okay, it's not the main foam, but it's going to help me with patterns. I can block it in quicker with this. Same thing with clouds. Those clouds we painted today with the big 1-inch brush, we can refine those even more using a fan brush. And we'll do that when I come in here and do a series. I'm going to be doing a series on different techniques and stuff, and I think you're going to enjoy doing that. Okay. But this is the basics of the technique of doing foam. Everybody has their own little techniques of doing it. I like starting it off with a filbert brush and then refining it with a liner brush. Over here some. You make the big foam, big foam with this brush. Just like that. It's simple. It's simple. It's easy to do. You can do it. This is random shapes. I'm just following an area, and that's all I'm doing. Okay, that's pretty much it. All right, there we go. So we got our foam in place, and it's time to refine it now. So to refine it, I'm going to take my hake brush, and I'm just going to go over that just gently, super softly. Super softly. In the background, the same way. Super soft. Okay, and remember how we loaded that liner brush earlier? We're going to do it the same way. Thin it down with some paint thinner. And I'm going to add some amazing white to that too. And now it's time to refine these. Just follow what you already pretty much have in here. Just kind of follow what you got. And you'll have yourself some nice looking foam. That easily. See that? Simple. It's simple, but it's effective foam. It's effective. But you want those little dark spots, man. That makes the foam. That makes the foam. Okay, and we're going to go down here and we're the same way. I'm pretty much following what I already got down there with the filbert brush. And you could probably see that on the camera. I'm pretty much just following what we've already laid down. And I feel like this technique makes it simple. It makes it super easy and fun to do. See how this brings them out? And it gives you more depth to your water, I think, when you follow and add in those shapes that you've already did. instead of trying to do it all with the liner brush. Okay. You see how that's going? And just do some of this little kind of back and forth strokes here. Okay, it's just that simple. It's that simple. It really is that easy to do. Okay. But you can spend more time on it. I'm just kind of showing you how to do it, how to get this basically in there. And let this set up. You can always come back and you can always add in a little blending to it. Okay, something about like so. And it's really, there we go. I think it's good. But like I said, you can come back in here and you can blend it a little bit just to soften it just a little bit. Really depends on how you want to do it. And then you can always come back in here and throw in a few little dots just to make it look like the lights playing in the water. The same way here. You can add some little drops and dots. Okay. Really, I like that. It makes it really simple. But with these little dots in there, it gives it that illusion. Back and forth. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now that we have our water pretty much done, we just need to add in our crashing wave here. And what I've done is I got a clean number 3 fan brush, and I'm going to take some Alizarin Crimson, some Thalo Blue, and some Thalo Green. That easily. Same old colors, except for I added just a touch of Alizarin Crimson to it. Okay, let's go back here now. Okay, so right through here, we're going to take this brush. Now, your fan brush is going to have a natural curve to it. This one here's fairly straight, but a lot of times they'll have a little bit of a curve to them. So follow the curve. If it's curving, if it's making a smiley face, you want to use that side. But if it's making a frowny face, you want to flip it over until it does a little smiley face. And then we're going to take this color here, and then take it and go down. Like that. Simple to do. Something about like so. But you're in control of this canvas. This is your design. So you decide what you want to do. I'm going to take the same color and I'm going to crunch around the wave now. Using just one corner of that brush. See, just one corner of that brush. Just like that. But I'm going to use it this way. Of that shadow color. And that'll help this stand out, okay? Okay, something like that. Okay, there we go. We have that going. Now I'm going to take that filbert brush we had with some of that color going on that we was using for that. And start deciding on where I want these to go. This is going to be the beginning of our foam design and pattern. The reason I did it with this color first instead of dark, because I don't want it to be dark. Okay. Reload that brush real quickly. And what I'm going to take now is our fan brush we used earlier and reload it the same way we did when we was doing the background stuff. Back here. So we're going to take that fan brush and I'm going to give it just a push. Okay, I hope you can see that. Just a push. And now I'll go back here and I just start to throw it in the crash of my wave. Okay. I just start throwing it in. Okay, something like that. And then a lot of times I'll take and I'll tap and I'll just do some of this stuff here just to help get that in. Okay. And then we'll take that old brush and we'll just do the edges of this foam that we had going around the edge of the wave. So let it just flow way out through there. Goes into nothing. Okay. And then I will try to get a clean, dry filbert brush. And I do have one. Well, you know. So I'm going to come in here now. Okay. And I'm going to try my best to use one little tip corner of this filbert brush. And just kind of do a little bit of a circle tap. I think a tapping is better instead of the circle. We'll just do tapping. And wipe it off every so often. What I'm getting is a mid-tone. Okay. I'm going to do that all the way down through here. Okay, that looks good. And down here as well. And then I'm going to just kind of dry brush. And this is the kind of mid-tone shadow of our foam. That's what I'm doing basically. Okay, so kind of just dry brush it in. And we're going to have some rocks in here. Quick rocks in there. Okay, then I'm going to take that fan brush and then use it to make some circles here. Right on the edge of that foam. Okay, wipe off the brush each time you go to reload it. Reloading, I'm going to take a tiny bit of Amazing White with that as I'm loading it up. And then I'm going to go grab my Hake brush, the new one. Hopefully it ain't that as dirty. And we're going to soften that corner of that foam. See that? Simple. Just kind of soften that edge a little bit. Something about like that. Something like that. As you see, it's crashing down into it. Kind of just rolling in like a cloud, you know. Kind of like a cloud. And then we just soften it down as well. Okay, there. There's that. We can just kind of reload that brush again and just kind of fix some of those edges up again. And just soften them. Big, strong, powerful wave. But my goal is to give you some techniques. And then you can master them and go paint all kinds of good stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to just add my rock into place. Maybe some foam over here. real quickly right there. Now just soften it in a little bit using our hake brush right through there. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a filbert brush, this old dirty filbert brush. I'm going to take burnt umber and black and blue. Okay, I think it's going to make a nice rock color. And I want that brush to be nice and loaded up. Let's go up here. The rock shape I want is going to come up like so. Maybe bigger than that. Like that. And I kind of want a hole in this rock, so you can kind of see through it. Here you're going to see so much of the rock. And I'm just filling it in with this same old dirty color here, this old brown and black and blue color. Right down into where we had some sand there yet. And then right through here, we'll just kind of throw an idea there. Hey, there's a rock there. And there's a rock over here too. Just like so. You can even throw in a little bit of a rock in here. Maybe that rock shape is kind of like right there. And just covering the whole entire thing with a rock. But I just want to give you some ideas, some final ideas. You can do it at home and make some beautiful scenes. Okay, I like that. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to wash that brush out. Okay, after washing and drying your brush, take that clean brush and then tap at the bottom of your rocks. Tap it right at the bottom of these rocks, okay? Just going to kind of tap. And what this will do, it'll kind of soften that and put it into the water. Beautiful rocks. There we go. There. This is just to get me started here. Get you started. Then we can just take some color and just kind of stamp it around the edges of it. To show this water is alive and moving and just everywhere. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have a rock shape in here. I'm going to switch over to my palette knife. And I'm just going to make up a beautiful highlight color for that. And to do that, I'm going to use burnt sienna and a touch of burnt umber. Okay, and then titanium white. Right in there with it. Okay, maybe a little more burnt umber. And let it marbleize. And then I'm going to take a little bit of yellow. Add it in there with it. See that? A little bit of yellow. Heck, maybe even a touch of crimson in there. And just have ourselves a little party here. Beautiful color. Okay. Then I'm going to just cut across. And I'm going to get just a little roll of paint around the edge of my knife. Okay, just like that. And I may even tell you what, let's use a small edge of the knife. Let's go up here now. Okay, so we know the highlights, I won't say are coming from the right side. It makes the most sense with the design the shape of this rock. And just bring it down. Just no pressure at all. Just like as if you're painting a mountain. Okay, and we're going to make this come across like so. So it wants to look like you can see through that rock. Beautiful. Just like that. No pressure. No pressure at all on that. If you followed me last week, we painted a beautiful bunch of mountains. So you should be really, really able to make these. I'm going to switch to the big side of the knife. Same old color. Bringing it down. You should be really good now at this palette knife. Okay, I'm just going to do some of that there. Switching back and forth. Just let them rocks play and go. Let them have fun. Just let them have fun. But you can do this. You can do it. Okay. There we go. Alright, I want to thank you for painting with me again today. We did lose audio whenever we was doing this. I forgot to turn the microphone on. Our Sims card got full. I had to run back and grab a Sims card. And I forgot to turn the microphone on. So, the only thing I did here that you didn't hear me do was I just added some spatters in here by just thinning that down with paint thinner and titanium white for the spatters. And then whenever I did the edges of our shoreline, I just used the palette knife with titanium white and with a medium firm pressure and scattered those around. So, I mean, if you painted with me before, you probably picked it up, what was going on. But I just want to explain to you what happened there. That was my bad. I forgot to turn the microphone on. So hope you forgive me for that. We're just back in the studio again, so I'm still learning again. I have to focus on certain things while we're filming. And so, majority of it was filmed with audio, hopefully. So, I do hope you enjoyed painting with me again today. I know I enjoyed painting with you. I want to say God bless you. I love you, but Jesus loves you more. And I'll see you real soon.
The Painting with Magic Show with Brandon Thomas is brought to you by BrandonThomasArtSupply.com, home of the Brandon Thomas product line, and by the Brandon Thomas Instructor Team. Go to BrandonThomasArt.com to find an instructor near you.